Can you comment on the Schools of Hope legislation and some Sarasota County school board members' concerns that'll impact negatively district resources?
I don't think that that's true. So I think what he's talking about, so, we did the Schools of Hope to really attract charter operators in areas that are very poor performing. And one of the aspects of that was if there's excess space in these school buildings, that the charter operator could use that excess space and then do a program. So we brought Success Academy down from New York City. So Success Academy, now Florida is favorable to school choice. New York is not, right? So Success Academy has gotten into the city in very difficult areas, going against the unions, going against the politicians, and they've had really significant success. And so when we started talking to them about coming, their view is, we're going where people say it can't be done. That's what they want to do. And so being able to provide operators like that some existing infrastructure that's not being utilized, makes economic sense, but it also helps attract folks to come in and do it. So I understand, why they're saying that. I don't think ultimately the critique is valid, and I think it's going to make a real difference. So they're starting in Miami, but their goal is to go to as many spots around Florida as they can in area. Now, we have more school choice than anybody in the country. So we have 500,000 plus kids on private scholarship, 400,000 plus in charter programs. Within school districts, we have over probably 750,000 at a minimum that are exercising choice options within their school district. When I was growing up, wherever your school was, I was Dunedin, I went to Dunedin High School. And that was that. There may have been some limited magnet, but it really has gone much different. So that puts the parent in a great spot because regardless of income level, you have an option for scholarship. You have an option for charter. And these charter school folks, they're not entitled to any students, right? They have to convince parents that you should send them to the charter school. And we have some of the best charter schools in the country as a result of that. But if those schools aren't doing the job, then parents are going to choose to go elsewhere. And I think what our school districts have had to do is they've had to innovate. They've had to offer more choices to parents. Miami-Dade, top performing urban school district in America, they have 70+% of their students do not attend their local neighborhood school. They're in magnet programs, they're in charter, they're in all these other things. So I think that formula has proven to work. And interestingly, if you take just our charter population, which is over 400,000 students, that'd be more students than probably a third to a half of U.S. states would have in their total K-12 system, because Florida's obviously a big state. And the charter students, are disproportionately low income compared to Florida as a whole. If you took their performance, they would be one of the top 5, and if they were their own state, they would be one of the top 5 performing states in this country on these charter programs. And that's before you even have like a Success Academy. So I think it's going to work out well. And I think it's just going to provide more opportunities for folks, but particularly for people, even with all our choice, even if all the success with the charter, there's still kind of a view. It's like, well, some areas you're never gonna get. And I think Success Academies, their view is no, we can do well anywhere. Kids just need the right tools to be able to realize their God-given potential. And that's what we want to see for everybody.